Susan lay in her bed, engulfed in the soft embrace of sleep, the comfort of her room enveloping her in a sense of peace and tranquility. The gentle rustling of the wind outside provided a soothing background melody to her dreams. Moonlight filtered through the curtains, casting a silver glow over her familiar surroundings. The shelves adorned with her favorite books, the soft rug that welcomed her feet every morning, and the picture frames capturing moments of joy and laughter with her family. Everything was as it should be, a snapshot of contentment frozen in the quiet of the night. Suddenly, the peaceful stillness of the night shattered as Susan's eyes flew open, her heart pounding in her chest. Before she could even let out a scream, a dark figure loomed over her, its twisted silhouette a nightmarish contrast to the familiarity of her room. With terrifying speed, the figure reached out and grabbed her, pulling her violently from her bed into the unknown blackness that awaited beyond. The room spun around her, a dizzying whirl of shadows and strange, distorted shapes, and the last thing she saw before everything went dark was a glint of malevolent light in the figure's eyes. As consciousness slowly returned to Susan, she found herself in the dimly lit room, the cold, hard floor pressing against her back. Panic rose in her chest as she realized she was no longer in her room but in a strange, eerie place she did not recognize. Confusion and fear clouded her mind as she struggled to make sense of her surroundings. And then, as if materializing from the shadows themselves, the bizarre and unsettling Poppy Playtime characters emerged. Their painted smiles filled with a twisted sense of glee as they surrounded her. In a cacophony of high-pitched voices and manic laughter, they informed her that she was now one of them, destined to join their macabre games as CraftyCorn. With a surreal mixture of horror and disbelief, Susan watched as they produced a grotesque suit, covered in jagged stitches and mismatched buttons, and began to force her inside it. The fabric seemed to writhe and pulse with a life of its own, binding their limbs in a suffocating embrace as around, sealing your fate within its nightmarish confines. Alone and trapped in the CraftyCorn suit, Susan was unsure of what was real and what was merely a sinister illusion. The unyielding grip of the suit seemed to tighten with each passing moment, its heavy weight bearing down on her like a physical manifestation of her growing despair. Her mind, already reeling from the surreal horror of her predicament, began to betray her, whispers of doubt and fear seeping into the cracks of her shaken resolve. The boundary between nightmare and reality blurred, leaving Susan adrift in a sea of confusion and terror. With no shore in sight, the line between Susan and CraftyCorn continued to blur as the twisted world of Playtime Company seeped into her very being. The malevolent influence of the Poppy Playtime characters wormed its way into the fabric of her consciousness, warping her thoughts and twisting her emotions with their insidious whispers. Each day that passed, she found herself drawing closer to fully embracing the persona of CraftyCorn. The darkness of her new identity tainting her soul with each reluctant step she took. It was a slow, creeping transformation, subtle yet undeniable, as she felt the last vestiges of her humanity slipping through her fingers like grains of sand, with the looming shadow of the Poppy Playtime characters ever present. Susan reached her breaking point. The relentless pressure and manipulation pushed her to the brink of despair, the weight of her captivity becoming an unbearable burden on her spirit. It seemed as though there was no escape, no glimmer of light in the suffocating darkness that now defined her existence. The realization that she had truly become trapped in this nightmarish world, a mere puppet in the hands of her malevolent captors,